Hi, everybody. Welcome to ZealZaddy and our Magnus Archives Miami actual play. The Magnus Archives role-playing game was created by Monty Cook Games, who we love their work. Not only this game, but lots of other games. And it was based on the podcast by the Rusty Quill, who we also love. They make amazing podcasts. I'm about 2/3 of the way through the Magnus Protocol. I'm not hoping to get to the end of it. I wanted to keep going. I'm not going to say that I wanted to get to the end. So, as a warning, the Magnus Archives Miami is a horror campaign that may contain material not suitable for all audiences. We explore topics from deep personal fears to existential threats to humanity and everything in between. Listener discretion is advised. All right. Hi, everybody. Sorry, the video was too large. I forgot to resize it just when I replaced one of the players with our new player tonight. Let's welcome in Nova DeVoe, played by Wayra. Why don't we start with Wayra and let them tell you about where she can be found, what they're doing, all of that stuff.
Sure. Hi, my name is Wayra. My pronouns are she, they. As you heard, I'm going to be playing Nova DeVoe today. You can find me at Fake Shiny at most of my socials, and also at Rainbow Dice Club on pretty much any social platform, where I play Varys, who is a half-orc, half-elf barbarian in a D&D podcast. You can find them at Tales of Three, wherever you get your podcasts from.
Nice. Walter?
Hello everyone, Shatargat here, there, and everywhere. That's all.
and Dragon Tone Games in a few places.
Okay. I'll add that for the future.
All right, Satori.
My name is Chenoa Reed. You can find me at Zephyrite pretty much on any social media platform. I also run the Diceberg Ahead podcast network. And so if you go to dicebergahead.com, you'll be able to find a lot of fun TTRPG content.
Alder.
Everybody, I'm Quinn. I use any pronouns. You can find me pretty much only on Bluesky nowadays until I find another social media platform that doesn't suck. At Quinn Beckham 27. I do this weekly, and then I jump around doing a lot of one-shots and a lot of charity games. I am in a charity game on Tuesday playing Pirate Borg, raising money for Doctors Without Borders, and then I'm running a game on Saturday, running Monster of the Week, raising money for the LA fires.
All right, and Sam.
Hi, my name's Jack. My pronouns are they, them, he, him. This is my first time doing actual live play, but I hope to do more TTRPG things in the future. You can find me at Flaming Hotrod-69 on Bluesky, Twitter, though I don't use Twitter as much anymore, and Tumblr. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, Tumblr is it's amazing that it's still around, and there's still a lot of people on it. It's shocking.
That site's not going to die.
It won't.
I was just thinking I should get back on Tumblr. It's a good idea.
Satori, at the end of last episode, you called the police.
Mm-hmm.
As you drove Alder home.
Yeah.
What did you do after you drop off Alder? Who's in a great mood, by the way, I imagine.
Yeah.
He's coming to town soon.
I go home, and there's not really much in terms of items in my house. I assume I'm living in just some cheap studio apartment. There's like one couch and a mattress on the floor, pretty much. But I make myself an appletini to wind down, and I just kind of sit down on the couch and stare at the floor and take it in, just my entire day.
And do you sleep that night, or are you pretty wired and kind of awake?
I do my best. I mean, that's what the alcohol is for.
Yeah. So in the morning,
Mhm.
you wake up and it's time to go to work.
Yeah.
You have several messages on your phone from the police who say they want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Do they want me to go down to the station or
They
meet
said
them at
they're going to meet you
Magnus?
at the Magnus Institute.
Okay.
That Sienna Huxley is there right now handling
God damn.
things.
Oh, Sienna's gonna be pissed. All right. Yeah. Well, I guess I just throw on whatever clothes that was just on the floor, not the burnt ones. I've had a few burned clothes the last few nights, so I'm running out of nice attire. I might need to go shopping for new clothes at this point.
Maybe. When you
But
go to
yeah.
leave, you open the door, and as soon as you open it, you see a man splayed out, laying naked on the ground in front of you, face down. But it isn't. You cannot. You know the form of the person in front of you from your high school days. Cut up, bruised, just not in good shape, and he's thinner than he was then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
there's a couple of bottles next to him that are empty.
I I think my knee-jerk reaction was to shut the door. And as soon as I shut the door, I take a few breaths and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And I open up the door again and I realize that it's Kyle.
Yeah.
And I like,
I didn't mean naked. He is wearing a John Deere hat.
oh, of course. Of course. I rush back into my studio and I just grab my blanket and I throw it over him and I just drag by his feet him into my apartment.
And when you start moving him, he kind of stirs a little bit. Oh, Satori? Oh,
Kyle?
shit. I thought you already let me in last night. What the fuck am I doing out here?
What are you doing here? How do you know where I live? And I like pick up the bottles and put them just inside the doorway and close my door.
I didn't know until a couple days ago. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. And he goes to cover himself, realizing he's not covered. Oh, man, I'm sorry you're seeing me like this again.
It's fine. It's fine. Listen, this is great and all. You're here. I haven't seen you in like, I don't know, years. I need to like go like right now.
Can I just
You can
sleep on your
stay.
couch or something for a bit?
Yeah, you can stay here.
And he's sort of like trying to stay awake while he's talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Just sleep it off. I've got clamato in my fridge.
What the hell's that?
It's like
The
V8.
stuff that make drinks with?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like it's good. It's good for you to just drink. And I
okay.
know I have I have like one bottle of vodka for my appletinis, and I take that with me. I don't leave it in the apartment.
Okay. All right, I'll be here when you get home. All right.
Please don't go anywhere. And I turn around with a bottle of vodka in my hand, and I go to work.
Okay. you head to the office, and you get to the office. Oddly, it feels weird being very likely the first person at the office in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get back to you in a moment. Walter, you are coming out of kind of your remembrance and where you'd seen that face. And you're holding that branding iron with the runes carved all through it. And they, you had been kind of running your hands over it and you felt the runes. They're actually kind of hard to see in the metal. I mean, you can tell they're there, but it's hard to see them as runes instead of just dents. But they're definitely runic. And you've seen runes in shapes like this. Not runes, you've seen letters in shapes like this in some kind of ancient writing. Maybe it's Sumerian or Minoan or Mesopotamian or some really old type of writing. And you realize after you come out of this, it is almost daybreak. And you'd started looking at it early in the night. Like, it's like time just...
That was a totally weird moment for me because I've seen visions, nightmares, that kind of stuff, but in none of it, I never saw those faces before.
No.
And in the other hand, my urge of create some sort of connection with this thing increases in time, and I'm still thinking about should I use this branding item, and
Yep.
I want to solve this weird mystery about the runes as well. Like, maybe they're not just runes. Maybe they're part of, I don't know, some sort of manuscript or something. But I don't know. I mean, I still have the urge of using this item, but trying to get my mind back to the normal world, we can say, normal thoughts and stuff. But it's really hard.
Yeah, and when you come out of it, you look at your phone at some point and you see that Marcus says, I'll be in the office in the morning. Why don't you give me a call? We can get together for lunch or something. Apparently he's back in town. He was out yesterday, whatever he was doing.
I'll just text back as okay, and then probably change my clothes, and
That's a
then
good idea.
I don't know, probably try to wash my face. I want to see what parts of my bodies are burnt, because I spend lots of time in this weird area recklessly.
Yeah, you have burns along your arms from when you went in to grab the thing and out of the heat, and the backs of your hands, and you have like first degree burns, which are like reddening of the skin that is sensitive to touch, but not blistering and bubbling, along one side of your face and your shoulder and chest, part of one side of your torso, that makes it uncomfortable. Luckily, you live in Miami, and there's aloe plants all over the place, and that's what most people use for sunburns if they're not buying.
Yeah, I'm assuming that I have some sort of creams
Sure.
at my in my bathroom or something. So I will just apply some creams, and then if I have any bandages, I will try to wrap the wounds.
Yeah. And you'll get a D6 of your injuries back within a few hours of you doing this. And it's morning and ready to, time to go into the office. What a day yesterday
Head to the road.
Sam, you didn't sleep. Still have the staff in your hand and are sitting there, and the rest of the night, the shadows, they move through the eve as the moon creates its little bit of light coming through. There's always something that seems to feel like it's more than it should be, but obviously it's just a shadow, or it's just the night, or it's the sound of the wind. And whatever kind of drug they used on you to make you have hallucinations seems to be wearing off. If that's what it was.
It's still nighttime, or has it started becoming day?
It started to become day.
Sam tries to look at the time to just see how much time he has before he has to go back to work.
You have to leave in about an hour.
Okay. For a moment, he debates calling in sick, but then he realizes he might have to deal with whoever came in the last time if he does that. So he just goes to take a shower and get ready to head out with 0 hours of sleep.
Alder, you pop up excited. Your friend is going to be in town soon.
Yeah, Alder had a great night. I don't know what everyone else has going on, but
one thing that you do catch though is that the taste and the smell of the cigar, you still have that in your mouth, and I don't know whether you found it pleasant or not, but it did not go away easy. Your first experience being an abuser.
yeah. I don't think that Alder knows enough to know, like, if that's... I think it's like a mental note, like, I should ask Satori if that's normal, or was the cigar weird? Like, was there something in that there shouldn't have been? So I'll kind of file that away for later, but yeah, I think Alder then goes back and probably, like, just has various, like, snacks and drinks and stuff to try and get the taste out of their mouth. While probably staying up a little bit later than normal, but again, for the great reason of, like, researching, like, ghost tours and all the things that we're gonna do when, she comes to town, and, like, just the excitement of having an online friend come to visit. So stays up doing some, like, fun research for a change of where am I gonna take them, where are we gonna go?
And you head to the office excitedly. Satori, you get to the office first one knowing what you're walking in. You're the only one knowing what you're walking into.
Yeah.
Donna's dressed without the skirt today. Morning, Satori. You're in
Morning.
early, I see.
Yep.
Presses 3.
Thank you, Don.
I didn't know you were a cigar smoker till yesterday.
Yeah, I dabble on occasion. I usually just smoke the pre-rolls that I have up on the... Yeah.
Very cool. One of these days I'll tell you where to get the best smokes.
Good. I'm gonna need them.
Oh?
Are the police already here, or...
Yeah, there are police inside, yes.
Okay, good. Just want to get this over with.
Good. And the door's open. What? And he kind of looks at you like, is everything... Is it everyone okay?
No. I'm sorry, Dawn.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to be the one to tell you. But someone came in here last night, and Maggie didn't make it.
Someone came in and murdered Maggie?
Maggie, yeah.
How did they get in here?
I have no idea.
There's only 2 elevators. They must have taken the service elevator then.
Maybe. I mean, the door connected to the hall was locked.
Oh no, Maggie was was amazing. I love
Yeah.
Maggie. Oh no.
Just do me a favor. When everybody else comes in, can you try not to say anything?
Oh.
I want to be the
I'll set it
one
up for
to.
you.
Yeah.
Of course. And he goes up. Someone pressed 1. I guess I'll be up soon.
Okay.
And the
Thanks.
doors close.
I step
Alder
out.
and Sam are at the base of are at the elevator about the same time. Alder, when you come in, you notice Sam looks a little disheveled. A little more than normal.
He also has this glazed look in his eyes, kind of just out of it completely.
Are your fingernails blue? Those were cool.
Oh, like actually, yeah, they.
That's awesome.
Morning, Sam. Hey.
Oh, hey, hi, Elder. Hello.
Everything okay? I mean, I know it like yesterday was a lot. You weren't like hurt or anything, were you?
No, it's fine. Just had to deal with some stuff when I got back home.
Oh.
So,
The
yeah.
doors open, and Don is standing there, skirtless today. Not with nothing there with pants, but
Sam's just gonna lean
God.
on the elevator wall and just.
morning Sam, morning Alder.
Mm,
Steps, opens the gate and steps inside, lets you come in. Presses 3.
Any
You look cheerful.
wisdom or saying of the day? Yeah, no, I got some good news yesterday. A friend is coming to visit in a couple weeks, so I'm really excited.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
the cure for almost everything is salt. Tears. Hold on, I gotta remember what it was. Give me 1 second, I gotta get it right.
okay.
Make me look at it. I was trying to do it without having to look at it. Sweat, tears, or the sea.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that in a lot of cases, yeah.
Sam kind of eyes Dawn a little bit at the mention of salt, considering the number of times he's had to deal with salt the last couple of weeks, and just like Dawn has been raised to a higher level of threat in Sam's mind already, combined with the wiring, so he just kind of looks at him a little bit blearily before turning around and going out of the elevator.
And he holds the door open for the two of you to exit. And he's solemn.
Thanks, sure I'll see you later today.
Yeah.
And I follow Sam in.
Yeah.
The door closes. And goes down.
Do we see the police at the door at all?
No, they're inside. You'll see them in a minute.
Okay.
Walter, you arrive. Last one. You don't know that you're last one, but you're actually kind of early. But Don is there when you get in. Morning, Walter.
Hey.
Everyone looks a little tired today. Except Alder. Alder never looks tired.
It was a weird day yesterday.
Was it?
I'm looking at him like, if I understand that his motion is a little bit different than the previous days, I'll just say that, are you mad at me or something?
Why would I be mad at you? I appreciate you coming in my elevator, and I like you very much.
About the questioning and stuff,
I'm an open book about most things. If you ask, I'm not holding many secrets. Quit looking at me like that, Alder.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a reflection of you. And the door's
Really?
open. I don't know. You seem like you have a lot on your mind, and I always have a lot on my mind too.
Um, I'll think about it.
All right. And when you step
Right now,
out, oh, what?
I have a confused face right now.
He does not try and unjustify it. And the doors close, and the gate closes, and the elevator goes down. And Satori, when you get into the office, the police are in. No, Sienna comes to get you as you're coming in. The person who answers, works the lobby, is not there, and Sienna comes in. Satori, I want you to. We need to talk to the police a little bit and give a statement. You were the one that.
Okay.
Actually, does she know? Does she know that you were the one that found it? You were just when you called the police. Did you do it anonymously?
No,
Or
they
did you give a
definitely
name?
knew it was
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she takes you into the office where you and Walter share. And she says, the police are sitting in there with you, with her, where she brought them. If you can, please give them a statement. I've already given mine. I want to bring everybody else in here and get them gathered together. You know, I don't want to.
Yeah, they don't know yet.
None of them.
No.
Okay.
I didn't want to. I wanted to give them the night. Have some sort of normalcy.
That was kind. All right.
Sure.
I have to go talk with another police officer, so I'll be back in a little bit. We've locked the door to Maggie's office, and there's an investigation team in the office. So, you know, nobody is going to go in. They might hear things. So, when you're done, it'd be good if you were able to maybe keep everyone together and not digging into things that need to stay out of for the moment.
Yeah.
All right, and she heads out. Thank you,
Oh,
Satori.
Sienna. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who is leading this team now? Is it you?
No, we'll figure that out today.
Okay.
And she heads out. And Sam and Alder, you get into the office. There's nobody in the lobby, which you're usually in before them anyway. You go in and you hear Satori talking through you know, in the other room, you know, their office. And she's talking to a couple of people who seem to be kind of quiet and reserved, but she's talking a lot. It's hard to tell. You can't tell what she's saying, but it seems pretty serious. And you're in your office.
Satori's in pretty early.
Yeah,
For her.
Yeah, that's weird. Wonder,
Yeah.
do you think she brought any coffee with her?
I
don't know, but
I
you
technically
really
have a-
look like you need some.
Yeah.
You do have
I
a coffee place in the building with
Yeah.
terrible coffee.
Yeah,
so
no,
we
it's
could go
bad.
get coffee, but it's really
It's like a
bad.
last resort.
Yeah. I mean, I had something that I wanted to ask Satori anyways. I don't know who she's with or who she'd be talking to this early. I don't want it doesn't sound like Walter or Maggie. Like, I don't hear their voices.
Maybe it's about no, but would they know about the fire?
And then the door opens and you see Walter coming in right behind, you know.
Okay.
Oh,
pretty close to.
Hey, brain teeth.
Hey. Okay, so Walter's not in with Satori then.
Okay, that.
Um,
Hey, what's going on?
Some Satori's talking to somebody in your office.
What about Maggie?
I haven't seen her, which is weird.
Yeah, like I'm guessing she got here before us, or she's bringing coffee.
It's possible.
I know she normally
Uh,
only brings coffee on Mondays, though.
I'll probably do something like I will bring up my phone and text Maggie like, "Where the hell are you, Captain?"
And you just get, it's not delivered yet. And Satori, you go through all of your statement, and I don't want to go through a whole statement with the police. And you finish up, and they thank you. You know, thank you, Ms. Falk. If we have any more questions, we'll get back with you. And they head to the door. And they open the door, and the three of you see two police officers come out of the office that Walter and Satori share. And one of them looks back and says, were they here?
No, sir.
And they go, they don't say anything. They just sort of nod their head as they head out of the door. And then you see Satori come out behind them.
I'm sort of just leaning on the door frame.
What's that about?
Did the church like report us for the fire?
No, I wish it was that. I really do wish it was that. I have some really bad news, guys. Like really bad news. You might want to like sit down.
Yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah. Maggie's dead.
What?
What do you
What?
mean?
No. That doesn't. She was. We just saw her last night.
Yeah. But it happened last night.
Who?
How?
I don't know, but somebody came into the office and killed her. And I'll spare you the details, but it wasn't pretty. I'm sorry, guys. She really was the best of us. And I just kind of slump towards the ground and I sit on the ground.
Alder, while you're there, you taste like a bitter licorice taste in your mouth that just feels heavy. And that's... I'll leave it at that.
Do I smell anything?
No?
And, like, Satori, you're like sure it was her? Like it wasn't something weird or...
Oh, it was her. Yeah, it was her.
You didn't. You didn't see anyone?
No.
Sam kind of deflates a bit more in his chair. Because, like, everything that's happened in the last 12 hours, however long the last episode took, and last night. Kind of felt like a stacking tower of things, and this was just like the final piece for him, and he feels things teetering towards collapse from the weight of it all. And he's not sure if he can keep it together.
And the door opens to Maggie's office, and there's a police officer there. Is there, are one of you Alder?
Yeah, that's me. Why?
I'll have a few questions for you in a bit. If you please not leave the office for now.
Yeah, I'm...
And he has gloves on and everything, and like all that kind of stuff. And instead of saying thank you or anything, he just closes the door and goes back to whatever he's doing.
So Tori, do you know what that was about? Like, why they'd only want to talk to me?
Do I remember seeing that note?
I don't think you noticed it.
I probably didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. There's a lot in the air right now, and I understand if people, after all this would want to go home, but I'm more than welcome to stay here and keep the levity and keep company after everything we've been through.
Walter does something like he calmly gets into the office, and then he will bring out a vodka bottle from his hidden stash with some plastic glasses. He'll give them one to each, and then pour a little bit of vodka, and then probably leave the area. Actually, he's trying to go to the roof, like get him back to his own mind and stuff like that.
So you pour the vodka for anyone who wants it.
I will do it for everyone, for the rest of the group. If they don't want to drink it, that's their call, but I will leave it for them.
And when you leave, you go out, and as you cross the lobby, you see somebody coming in that you don't recognize. And she kind of looks around.
How does she look like?
I would say a leather jacket, like maybe for like riding jacket or something for motorcycle, gloves, taking gloves off, a backpack, small one maybe. A helmet
Who are you?
under their arm. And Nova, you can answer.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Who are you?
Oh, me? My name's Nova. I'm supposed to start here today.
I never heard about it.
Or
So,
somewhere.
Walter rushes back to the area. We have a new guest here.
Oh,
Sure.
Co-worker,
Well,
or
thanks.
I don't know.
Oh, so I guess she follows behind Walter.
There's no one else there.
Yeah, there's no one else to ask, so hopefully someone will know where to go.
that was quick.
And when he walks you into this room, everyone's face is down, and they're drinking.
Oh, Nova's demeanor immediately like shifts.
Oh, you can have some too.
I will just give the bottle like want some. We are in some sort of grief right now.
Oh, are y'all in? Okay. Sure. Why not? She like tucks the helmet properly under her arm further and will take a cup.
Is it good vodka or cheap vodka?
Probably something moderate, like I have some sort of respect to myself, but I'm not so wealthy to afford more. So probably after giving the bottle, he will just leave the area alone to the roof.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
He's like that. You'll get used to it.
Fair enough.
Are you the new operations manager?
No, you're not.
No, that's not. I don't think that's what I'm here for.
Oh.
To whose life are we celebrating? And they hold up the cup.
Our operations manager.
Oh.
I don't think that Alder's actually drinking it. I think they're just like holding it and staring at it. And I think they have been like since Walter left, just like for one, because I don't think that they want to lose the taste. Like they're still trying to figure out what the taste in their mouth is, but also because like the cigar left a weird like long taste too. Things are tasting weird. I don't think they want to add anything else to the mix right now, so they're kind of just like looking at this cup like. And I don't even think that they really like looked up to acknowledge like Nova coming in. So there's just someone in the corner just like staring at this little cup of vodka.
And the door opens, and Sienna's there, and she looks like blindsided. Oh shit! This was your starting day.
She like does a two-finger. She like two-finger salutes with the helmet still under her arm.
For a second, Sienna, I thought you were so efficient that you replaced Maggie within 12 hours. Thank God it wasn't for that position.
You know what,
And I give
Satori,
a
I
little
think you're
chuckle.
going to have to replace Maggie for a while until we find someone else. No, why don't
Okay.
you come with me and we're going to... let me get you to HR. Sorry, you... What a day.
No, don't apologize. I'm
These
sorry
are
for your guys'
coworkers.
loss.
Everyone, this is Nova DeVoe, Sam, Alder, Satori, Walter.
Yeah, my head's
We'll
in
talk
shadow.
about Maggie in a moment.
This cup.
She holds up a cup to like say hello. Pleasure. I'm sorry it's in these circumstances, but I look forward to getting to know y'all.
And she takes you out of there, and the rest of you are left with only each other.
Vodka.
And vodka.
Yeah.
So, like, wait, Satori, do you think that Maggie was killed because of the case, like the church? Like, I know
I
you
don't
called the
know.
cops and everything, but like, we have to investigate this, right? Like, this. I don't think this is a cop matter. I think this is an us matter.
I could talk to them and see, but the state of it looked a lot more personal than anything to do with the cults. And fire was not involved. It felt much different from the MO that we've been tracking. So a part of me thinks that it's different, but it could be related somehow.
I mean, I guess even if it's different, like, it could still be our kind of thing to investigate, right? Like, it could be something supernatural. Or someone who had a grudge against her from an old case. I mean...
It's possible we could look into it, but I think for now, we might want to take a break from it.
And the door opens to Maggie's office, and that police officer comes out, and there's a person behind him, and he hands his gloves to them. Alder, is there a meeting room or something we can sit in and talk for a few minutes? And you have meeting rooms.
I kind of
meeting rooms.
yeah, we can go. There's plenty of options. Yeah, we'll find somewhere that's not being used.
Great.
I will
Either way.
leave the vodka. I do not bring it with me.
Yeah.
I put the
I will
vodka
drink.
down on the desk. Yeah, I put it down next to Satori, so she can take it, and then
Tori
go.
takes it.
Yep.
No, wait.
And then I'll lead the way to just whatever is nearest and empty.
And you go to a a conference room, and the police officer, he gestures for you to take a seat, and he sits across. So, obviously, you've heard what happened. It sounds like you guys were discussing it. But there was one thing that we found very odd, was that we have a lot of I have a lot of respect for what you all do around here, and there's a piece of evidence that we have that normally I would not want to share, but I feel it's important because potentially some of you are at risk. She had scribbled your name on a drawer with a file and some stuff in it, and I'd like to get your take on all of this. And he slides over a file folder, and there's a little box, not a little box, like a shoe box. This is what was in the drawer. Not a shoe box. It's smaller than that, like half that. This what was in the drawer that had your name on a Post-it note. It looked like she scribbled it quick. Can you tell me what this is? And he opens up the file folder, and it's a statement that Maggie gave. And you know the statement because I gave it to you earlier, so you know it's there. And he just sits and waits for you to read it.
Yeah, I think Alder like very quickly grabs at the files in the box and like pulls them closer, and starts reading through the statement as quickly as possible, but also like trying to take note and like trying to take it all in. And as soon as they're done, they look back up at the officer. I mean, it looks like it's a statement that she made, like, to the Institute, I'm guessing a while ago.
Do you know who this person is that the statement's about?
No, she didn't really talk that much about herself, I guess, at all. So, no, I'm not sure.
Okay. What about the box? Anything in there that means anything to you? And when you open it, there's something that does come across surprising. Is some of the stuff from your corkboard that looks like they've been altered or moved or changed or whatever, like they were messing with you. And they're all in there. And a gray stone. And, you know, the pictures are all over there, photos and Post-its and stuff. You're like, you were probably wondering where these things went. You're like, where did that stuff go? Now you know.
Yeah. Most of this stuff looks like it's just notes and pictures from old cases. But this, I look at, like, the stone in particular,
When you
because
touch
that's
the
not something
stone,
that I've seen before.
You taste ash in your mouth, and it is not like cigar ash. It is like a dirty, sooty ash. And the smell is almost like a burnt vanilla.
Okay. I will like kind of, like make a very obvious face as I like try to pick it up and look at it. Are there any markings on it? Is it literally just a stone?
Just a stone, smooth, round,
No.
about the size of a silver dollar, but thicker, like a stone.
This is the only thing that I don't like recognize as having been like a part of old case notes, but I'm not sure what this is or why this is in here.
I've taken pictures of all this, and I'm going to send you copies of the paperwork. The stone is, if you can just not lose the stone, but maybe you can figure out what it is for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what this stuff is, so we kind of have to rely on you, and I don't know who else to ask if not the person that she wanted to have find it, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a reason why she wanted us, or I guess me, to have this stuff, yeah, a lot of these are just like old case notes and things. I'm not really sure they'll be relevant, but I will try and figure out what this, I hold up the stone, what this is and why. And if I can look through this statement as well, maybe I can try and find other references to this person.
Teddy. And
Yeah.
The name is there.
Yeah.
So you have something you can research, maybe.
Yeah. I can try like researching and looking into her and see what I can find.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for any insights you can bring me. I'm really, I look forward to whatever you can give me about this stuff. And he gives you his card. Call me when you have anything, or if you get anything.
Yeah,
And
I will. Yeah.
he stands up. I'm sorry for your loss. Tell everyone, please.
Yeah.
And he opens the door, and he heads out.
Did he leave everything? Like he left the box and the Maggie statement? Okay.
And I assume you go back to the
Yeah,
office
I will
everyone's
pretty immediately like go back to the where everyone else is. Is everyone still like sitting and drinking?
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. Alder comes back in. I think honestly, like leaving the box of stuff and just bringing like the statement and the rock, and goes back in. Guys, I think I might know something about what happened to Maggie. And Satori, I know you just said like maybe not to look into it right away, but the police officer gave me a statement that she made, and here, I mean, you guys can read it over too, but the name of the person that she's talking about here, her roommate, it might be a total coincidence, but a couple days ago, when we were leaving the building together, there was a sticky note it was on her door, correct?
Yep.
There's a sticky note on her door. It looked kind of like this. And I go over to the corkboard, and there's a big, like, long to-do list, and I flip it up, and there's a sticky note underneath it, where Maggie couldn't see it because I had tried to replicate the sticky note that had been on her door. And I take the sticky note that has it has a couple different variations of, like, the T drawn on it and, like, crossed off or, like, clearly erased, and then, like, one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this isn't the sticky note because she threw it away before I could take it. I tried to take it, but she saw me and she wouldn't let me. And she was just acting really weird, and like I was trying to ask her about it and she was dodging my questions, and so I tried to recreate it, and it was a T, and she drew a heart on it. Like the heart wasn't there, she drew the heart on it when she saw it. And so, and I mean, again, it could be a coincidence, but it's a T and the person's name is Teddy. I don't know if that's related to anything else, but she wanted me to find this statement because she left it in a drawer with my name on it, apparently.
So Tori, you remember her saying the name Teddy about somebody when she was watching the TV, and there were protesters.
Yeah. There was a Teddy on the news. I think it was yesterday or Tuesday. They were at one of the rallies for the cult.
Okay, I mean, that would be a... I think it's a weirder coincidence if it's not the same person, honestly.
Well, and a T with a heart next to it, right? Seems a bit personal, a bit loving.
Maggie added the heart, yeah. Like, when Maggie saw the note, Maggie added a heart to it, and then was just gonna, like, walk away and leave it.
Well, this might be a little gross, but there was a red lip kiss on Maggie's cheek when I found her.
Is this some kind of, like, stalker situation or something?
Maybe, but it would make sense that this person was close to her. And in the spirit of our jobs, we have to investigate statements.
Yeah,
I rescind what I said earlier.
Yeah.
So you can
That's
go
what
over the
Maggie would
statements.
probably
I'll drop the statement in Discord. Did I already do that? Or did I only give it to you? I think I only gave it to you.
Ooh.
Give me a second.
I think probably in character, Alder will just read the statement out loud to everyone.
Okay. You can
since it was a written one.
Yeah.
If you want me to, I can read it right now, but if you want to
Yeah,
just send
sure.
it... Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
cool.
And I gotta open it. That will take me a minute then, because I gotta find it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, and am I assuming that the bits and pieces where the statement, like, cuts off are from, like, damage from the storm?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. So even, like, as I pull it out, I will kind of say to everyone, there's some parts of it, unfortunately, and I think, like, the really important parts, unfortunately, that it looks like were damaged in the storm. I wonder if there's an audio recording of this anywhere that we can find. Sam, maybe you and I should try to... There's so many files that we have to sift through that the chances of finding it would be really, really slim. But if we could find an audio version that wasn't damaged, that would be great, but I will read what we have. Okay. Statement of Margaret Maggie Dunn on the disappearance of her roommate, Theodora Pester. Statement taken March 2nd, 2016. Statement begins. I wouldn't describe Teddy as mean. She's excitable, and she doesn't choose the best words, but Teddy just gets carried away when she gets into telling a story. We've been roommates for the last year, and this year. Our roommates from last year, Gianna and Taylor, had some disagreements with Teddy, so they didn't room with us this year. We also couldn't really find anyone else to go for a 4-room apartment, so Teddy called her mom, and we sort of struck a deal. Teddy's mom pulled some strings and got us one of the apartments that wasn't officially on the dorm list of options. Teddy herself didn't explain it much, but what it meant was that her mom would pay for us to stay there, and I would do the majority of chores in exchange for me not to pay for the on-campus cost. It was honestly a really sweet deal, so I took it, and I've had no regrets so far. Sorry, I know that part sounds bad. I'm not saying this was worth it in any way, but the apartment does play a part, I think. It wasn't roomy, really. It felt like it was rare I wouldn't end up hip-checking myself on the counter edge or hitting my shins hard on the table we grabbed from the curb. The apartment was more meant for maybe one person and not two. We had a bunk bed, and I've never been one to keep a lot of stuff with me, so I wasn't super bothered. I usually just sat on the chair we'd managed to fit through the door and sit studying in the evenings, and Teddy would be busy with her internship with you guys, at her student senate stuff, or the dates. I knew something was up the moment she came back from that date 2 weeks ago. Teddy after a date was a different beast entirely from any other Teddy. She'd walk in and just rip the date to shreds from the way they greeted her to the way they said goodbye. Like, she'd come into our room while practically performing a stand-up routine about this week's Kyle or Nina or Accounting 201's tall guy from the second row. This would happen almost twice a week at least, so it got to be a welcome break to my studying, and a marker for us to walk to the vending machines and continue breaking down how this one walked like he'd shit his pants and smelled like it too. This time was different, obviously. She came in quiet. I didn't even hear her at first. It was like I was reading my textbook, I made a note, I looked up, and she was standing over me staring. Teddy isn't just loud in how she talks, but everything. Her nails are always done, her coat is long and furry, and the inside is lime green, and she wears at least an inch-tall heel every day. I mean, you worked with her, have you ever seen her quiet? So yeah, that was the first thing that freaked me out. The second was, like, sure, it's hard not to notice her in a beige adjacent room, but our door was locked, and she has 1,000,001 keychains like a modern girl's medieval flail. Teddy was standing there looking kind of dazed almost, staring through me but not at me. She was pale, and when I stood up I could see she was sweating. I got her coat off and started the kettle to make some tea. I turned around and she was close, like I could have felt her move again. But I didn't. She had this feverish stillness, and I thought was the worst. Like maybe this date had tried to roofie her or something, and I was just thankful she'd made it back here okay. I started whispering to her, more to keep myself calm than her, I think. I was walking her through what classes to call in for tomorrow, and if she couldn't email, then I could for her or talk to the professors myself. I got her into her bunk, got my first aid kit, and tried to take her temperature, but she wouldn't open her mouth. It was more of the same that night. I fully fell asleep next to her bed on the floor, just so if she started feeling better or needed anything, I could grab it for her. I checked on her every once in a while through the night, and that's part of where it cuts off. And then there's another section where it's... So Teddy was just there staring at me, I was more confused, I guess, and that seemed to confuse her. I asked her if she had a nice date, since that seemed like it would probably get her started on how this one was 2 candles short of a candlelit dinner. Teddy just turned her head a little bit. That small smile got a little bigger, and softly replied, and that's cut out too, I can't see what she said. And then she walked toward our room while holding eye contact. It almost felt like looking at a big cat like a panther at the zoo, moving toward the underbrush so it could watch you better before it tried to pounce. I'd been holding my breath without realizing it, and I released a long sigh before forcing myself to relax. I grabbed my shoes and slipped them on before grabbing my lanyard with my keys, wallet, and turning to check on Teddy in our room. As I turned away, she was just standing there, almost right in the way I might have accidentally headbanged her if Teddy hadn't stepped back so quickly. Or... hang on, sorry, I don't think step back is so much the right word. It looked like I blinked, and then she was by the window, not the door. Leaning against the side and looking at me with the lights off. She grinned, and... that's where it ends. It just cuts off, I think, right at the part where it would get really, really useful. So, it sounds like Teddy worked for the Magnus Institute. I wonder if that's why Maggie started working here.
Possibly. Whatever it is, it's weird.
Yeah,
like it's definitely us related. At least Teddy character definitely has something to do with something supernatural.
Yeah.
Sam's too tired to even argue on that point. He hears it, it's just like, whatever.
And then the other weird thing is that... hang on, Satori, can you hold this for a second?
Oh,
I will
yeah.
hold out the rock to Satori.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do you, does anything weird happen to you when you take that?
No, it's a smooth stone, like a rock you'd throw in the river. A nice smooth river, throwing, river rock or river stone.
I don't know.
That was in the box that Maggie left for me.
Just like a river pebble?
Well, except that when I take it and I take it back,
Mm-hmm.
does it happen to me again?
Yeah, when it's in your hand, you get that sensation.
Every time I touch this, it's like I can taste ash. And this is gonna sound weird, Sam, I know, but sometimes I can, taste and smell things that I think are, I've related it before to ghosts, and, sometimes when there's a ghost around, I can, taste and smell things that nobody else can. And I don't know if Maggie knew that, and that's why she left this for me, because it's, got some kind of connection to her, Maybe, I don't know. It's like, and then it smells like vanilla-y,
And the door
kind of.
opens. And
I smell it out of her hand.
yeah, no smell. And Sienna comes in with the person that was there before.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, everyone, this is, like I said before, this is Nova. This was going to be her first day. It is going to be her first day. She's a forensic and equipment specialist that Maggie had found was going to bring on. I know Maggie was very excited to introduce all of you. So, Nova, what they didn't say in HR, which somebody has to tell you, was Maggie was killed last night, which is why, and she just used her hand to point to like the vodka bottle
That I brought out of my bag.
I see.
it's it's going to be an odd time while we try and figure out what to do going forward. But I know that I know Maggie, and she looks at you, Story, when she says this. I know Maggie wouldn't want investigations to stop or the team to just go into hibernation. This is not a place of, even though it's called an archive, it is not a place of inaction.
Yeah.
Nova,
Understood.
you'll be sitting in here with Alder and Sam. There's a desk right over there. You can make yourself at home whenever you're ready. Everyone, I'm sorry to do this, but I don't think now's the time to take off, even if you're in mourning. I have coffee coming and some breakfast for everyone. You can eat whatever you want. It'll be in the break room. Obviously, we're going to put together some kind of a vigil or something in the next few days. I have a lot of phone calls to make, so I'm going to leave you to what you need to do. And she
Yes, ma'am.
pats you on the back of your shoulder, Nova.
Hmm. Thanks, Sienna.
They're good people. And she heads out and closes the door behind. And you're all standing there. Alder is tasting ash in her mouth and burned vanilla, and looking at Nova, staring at all of you, staring at her.
Well, welcome. My name is Satori. I am a superstition person. That's what I do. I work at the field. And apparently I'm going to be intern Maggie for a bit. Which will be weird for all of us.
I'm sure you'll do great in the position, Satori.
Thank you. Walter, who you met briefly, he's our occult specialist. You will probably continue meeting him briefly.
That tracks. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this is Sam and Alder. They do our archives. They're assistants and researchers.
Oh, good to meet you both.
And a police officer comes out, and while you're talking, and he just starts, you hear him stretching tape across Maggie's door, police tape, do not cross kind of stuff. I'll be out in a second, everyone. And does it, heads out. Go on, Sam.
Sam doesn't say much, just waved and kind of starts putting his head on the desk because he's so tired.
Well, we had a pretty big case yesterday, unrelated to everything. And I am sure that there's paperwork that was supposed to be filled out in that room. And I point to Maggie's office. But I wouldn't say necessarily case closed on that. We'll do some surveillance for it but I think for now we'll put it in the background. As for morale, we'll just take it one step at a time. You want to see a weird stone, Nova? And I point to Alder.
Sure. Why not? Into the thick of it, right?
Yep, into the thick of it.
I mean, I think what's weird about it is that it's so normal to everyone else, but I guess, I mean, I will hold out the stone to Nova. You, I don't know what your connection is to any of this or to the supernatural or anything, but does anything happen to you when you take this? When you touch it?
She'll take it. Nothing.
Nope,
No.
nothing.
No. Can she tell what kind of stone it is?
It looks like some kind of gray granite.
Some kind of granite.
Pretty common.
She hands it back to Alder. Nothing out of the ordinary. All I can tell from it is that it's some sort of common variety granite.
That's kind of what's weird about it, that it's so normal, but Maggie left it. So Tori, if it's okay, I mean, I guess since you're kind of in charge of what we do now, I don't know if we should, like, go back to looking into the church, if we should go back to sorting through statements like we were before, but I kind of want to, like, try and research some of the old Institute records on Teddy. I mean, we have her whole name, so see if there's, like, employment records or anything like that that I can find.
Yeah.
And,
and
and
that
there's a
sounds
knock
good.
on the door. Everyone's just opened the door today.
Yeah.
Come in.
And the door opens and Don's head peeks in.
Hello, Don.
I wanted to bring you all something. And he has a little wooden box, and he just sets it on the table.
Is it cigars?
You know what you're doing.
Oh, nice.
I'm really sorry for all y'all's losses. I'll say a prayer, of course, for Maggie. And he nods and, like, bows for a moment. You know, I'm sorry. And he closes the door and
Thank you, Don.
heads out and leaves.
Looks like we have vodka and cigars. I don't think Sienna could fire us today, even if she wanted to. As for your question, Alder, I think it's going to be difficult to try and put a rock on a cork board, but I'm sure you'll figure out a way. Let's put the cult on the back burner, considering the church. Did the church burn all the way down?
It most certainly did.
Yeah, the church is no longer, physically at least.
And there were 30 bodies, more than 30 bodies.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm assuming Adara is probably still at large, because I don't think fire could consume her.
They have not been able to identify the bodies yet.
Okay. So we'll just monitor that for now. And just keep an eye on anything else that pops up. And I would also look across the world too, just in case. Adara had a lot of money. As for Maggie, let's try and get some information on Teddy. I think I could pull a few strings. And other than that, Nova, if you want to get familiar with the absolute shit show that our archives room is, you are more than welcome to it. We've had a lot of damage from storms, so there's a plethora of tapes unsorted and things that have been lost to time.
You had actually gone through, and when you came in through the main office, you had passed a room, and you saw, like, an archival room that looked really in good, like, really organized and all that.
We've been working.
The room that I passed by seemed pretty organized, though.
Was there more archive rooms?
Yeah, there's one room that is the hell room. That has
Yeah.
all the mess, just a disaster, like a bomb went off in it.
Yeah. We do have a room that looks substantially worse than that.
All right. Well, I can certainly get a jump on cataloging the evidence. As far as your lost coworker, if you've come up with fingerprints for this Teddy, I can run them through a background.
Oh,
See
that
if I
would be
can
great.
find them connected to any other cases.
Yeah, considering they're supposed to be missing, according to the statement given. That would be great. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know what the police did, but the door was locked from the outside hallway, so there might be a print on that door. Who knows?
Well, maybe once they're done, I'll touch base with them and see what I can get from them.
Yeah, that would be great. Does anybody want a cigar? Cool. I'm gonna go to the roof. I grab the box and I go find Walter.
Walter is right there. Oh no, Walter had gone up. That's right.
Mm.
Oh no, Walter didn't go up because he brought Nova in and was dragged into the whole thing. So, yeah.
Oh, he didn't slip away.
No.
No,
He was-
I just leave them there and then take the stairs to reach out the roof.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you take the box of cigars. You head up.
Yeah.
When you get upstairs and you open the box, the cigars have a little label on each one of them for each person, and you can tell like there's lighter, gentler cigars for Alder
Yeah.
and Sam, and they like move up in potency.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a little note in there that says, "Breathe deeply for a black coffee morning." Morning, Mourning. Don. And they're actually Cuban cigars, which are illegal, but not impossible to find in
Yeah.
Miami.
I clip it and I light it, take a few puffs, and offer Walter his.
They have those really long matches that'll look really cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Walter is definitely up there when you get up there.
Cigar?
Came here to take your spot back?
I'll share.
All right. So, what happened back there?
Like in its entirety, or I mean, there's a new gal, Nova. She's a forensics specialist.
What about Alder?
Oh yeah, Maggie left Alder a box of things. Statement, a weird rock. Might want to look at the rock. Seems normal to everybody else, but I don't know. It's a weird morning.
Yeah. Definitely weird.
I have a weird question for you, Walter. Do you know anything about werewolves?
Why?
I'm just curious, like, in all of your studies, have you like ever found out a way to like stop or like maybe lessen full moon transformations?
So that that raises up some suspicions on Walter, and says, "Now."
I mean, what better time, right? Than the present.
Yeah, raise up the pile. Great. Okay. So he takes another sip from the bottle, probably almost about the empty the bottle. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
um, let me think about it.
Because like wolfsbane, that could be good, right? I just don't, maybe would kill a werewolf, not just weaken it.
Uh, did did you do any research about silver? Like maybe there are some rituals related to silver, like create some sort of protection on the person. I don't know.
Ah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah. That
Back
gives me a lot to think about.
back in the office, Sam and Alder, you are standing there, having given the stone to Nova for a moment. Nova then goes to, I guess, get a fingerprint or something, if possible. And the two of you are actually alone in here. Like, it's pretty rare that it's just the two of you and nothing else. And both of you look, well, you know how you look.
I think that Alder doesn't say anything, but they go over and uh get on the computer, and if you can pull up the corkboard. They clear a space actually, like there was something else there related to a different case, but they entirely clear one like side of the corkboard and just hang up a picture of Maggie there with nothing else near it. Like there's no words, there's not even her name or anything. The only thing she's connected to the building with a string.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's just
Yeah, that's her
I think
name.
just very solemnly and very quietly. Well, Sam is probably, I'm imagining, just sitting in the background.
Just
Um, yeah, and I think they just kind of stare at, like, just kind of like, yeah, like very, very solemnly, like clear off that space, put up the picture of her there, and just sort of like look at it for a minute.
When you sit at the computer, you see you've been getting some messages, Alder, from Mel. I'm so excited, going to be there at Tech Expo 2050. Come to booth 12, and the company's name is Temple Bios. Don't worry, it's a small conference. Not many people even know about it. It'll be at the Fort Lauderdale Convention Center, of course. And I gave you a +1 if you want to bring someone.
I think it probably just shows red. Like I will go and I will read that, and I'll be like, oh, I'll respond to that when I have the energy.
Yeah.
Um, but then they finish getting like Maggie's picture set up first, and when is the expo? I couldn't quite remember like how.
Next week. Beginning
Okay,
of
yeah,
next
next
week.
week. That's yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Cool. Then she doesn't need a response right now.
No.
actually, Sam, I'd like Sam to try something.
Okay.
Can he text Mace and just be like, "Hey, where are you around?" Question mark.
Yeah, you get a message back. Yeah, I'm in downtown Miami right now. I'm not
Where
far.
were you last night? In Miami still?
Yeah,
Because he tried to call.
I was with someone.
Like, just hanging out or
No,
more specific?
like with someone.
Ah, that, yeah. Uh,
Everything all right?
are uh,
You don't
something
sound good.
happened? No, lots of things happen. Um,
Where are you?
I'm at work and I have to be here
Text me
till
the address.
closing.
I'm on my way. We can get some lunch.
Okay. So Sam texts the Institute address to him and then just puts his head back on the desk and waits for Mace because
Okay.
he can't really think or do anything right now.
And Alder, you notice that. I mean, it's not unexpected, but Sam is generally pretty even-keeled and just, I wouldn't say unemotional, but emotions don't control their action normally. And today it is, obviously, which makes sense. Nova, you do get a fingerprint.
Perfect. Well, she's gonna go set up in her office and run that through some systems and see what she can find.
Well, it won't happen right away because you got to set up everything.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
Like, you don't have a whole lot set up. You do have your laptop.
She's gonna put in an order, I think, with the office for actual supplies that she will need to have this role. But
Yeah.
for now, she'll do what she can. And seeing Sam exhausted, she's gonna go into her backpack and like pull out an energy drink. Just like, I hope this isn't overstepping, but you look exhausted. I don't know if you drink energy drinks, but if you want it. And she kind of like sets down a monster.
Sam kind of looks at it and looks back at Nova, kind of like, thanks. I don't really drink these, but thanks.
Yeah, no worries. She'll mind her own business and go back to her desk.
Walter, you and Satori are up there, and you have time to just sort of relax and think. That is important. What color is the monster? There are some that are better than others, for sure.
I think it's that there's one can, I can't remember the flavor, but it's like blue and this like peach color with like a sugar skull on it. I can't remember the flavor. I think it's
Okay.
peach or something. It's really
One
good.
of the juice ones, probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like the guava passion fruit, like juice ones or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Walter, you're taking in your cigar with Satori, and you're looking over the cigar at the burning of the embers every time you draw in a bit of the breath. And when it burns, the red edge with the ash, you remember back, and it dawns on you that those symbols on that branding iron, you remember where you had seen them, some of them. Your mother had an afshar, a type of rug, an artistic one on her wall, and it had symbols all around the edges. And it depicted, like, you were a really young kid when you saw it, when you were there before the house burned. But it was an artistic expression of some kind of destruction, like a flood. And in the sky, in the background, was like red and orange, like fire. And it fades up to a blue-gray sky, but the symbols wrapped all the way around.
When I remember this, probably everything starts to change in my mind. Like, probably I will need to go back there and ask some question to, I don't know, some neighbors and stuff. Like, I will try to find some friends of my parents or something, maybe, because if I really remember these symbols from there, that means they should definitely have some relation with what's going on, and that thing is following us through this day. And seems like it's the only way to find more. So I'll probably get up and probably I'll put the bottle back because I don't want to leave my trash around. So seems like I have to go.
Are you leaving the office?
Yes, I think I have a lead. I mean, it's just a little bit of lead, but it's a lead.
All right. Sounds good,
And-
Walter.
I don't know if you want to join me about it, but I need to talk to Sienna right now. So talk to
Okay.
Sienna and leave.
And
Yeah.
as you're leaving, you get a text from Marcus. We're doing lunch today, right?
I'll send him back a voice message like, "Yeah, I'll be there soon," and make my way directly to Sienna's office.
Okay.
And if there's a secretary or something around the office, I will probably ignore it.
Yeah. No, there's no secretary or anything. It's open doors everywhere for people here. Not open doors. There are closed doors, but there's not people like in the only secretarial person is the lobby person, and the door is open when you get there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just knock and just step in.
And she puts her finger up. Hold on, she's on the phone. Blah 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 blah, and hangs up. You know, I'll call you back. What can I do for you, Walter?
Good morning, boss. I came here to talk about a couple of things. You know, we have lots of effort to uncover stuff, understand things. We spend our days and nights here, but it looks like it's a great time to bring a couple of security cameras here because people come in and out however they want, and we don't have any record about it. Like, it was yesterday or something, we found a couple of weird occult stuff in our trash, and we don't have any idea about who brought them there.
Well, there are cameras outside the office. Nobody wants a camera
And-
sitting on their office watching their every move. That seems a little bit invasive.
And what about Maggie's situation? Do we have any information about who did it? Do we have any, I don't know, evidence, fingerprints and stuff?
Well, the police
Is
just
it
started.
something occult?
The police just started this morning, and I'm having them give us whatever they can so that we can assist in the investigation. But it's very fresh. So as far as
We can assist their investigation?
well,
We already know few, and they can only know less.
officially
Please.
we're assisting them, but unofficially they know that we're going to be doing more of this investigation than them. They need a little bit of time to run it through their superiors in their office to get approval for it, and it'll be in our hands soon enough. But we have to let the channels operate.
Okay, let's talk about it later then. I don't know, maybe when Alder goes missing, or maybe you or me go missing, right? Beautiful. Just
That's
beautiful.
we need.
I don't feel good. And then Walter just takes a couple of steps outside of the office, like trying to find some sort of trash can or something.
And she walks out with a trash can in hand and hands it to you. Nobody wants anybody else to get hurt. And she keeps talking while you go through your throwing up. And you and Satori being some of the senior personnel in that department need to stand up and protect the rest of those that are a little bit less seasoned. Nova is a forensic specialist and brings forensic and equipment knowledge that we have not had in this department in years. So if we can do this investigation, but you got to have a little patience. We have someone liaisoning with the Miami-Dade right now, so that we don't have to wait very long for their processes, which are very slow to go through, and we can get started. I can tell you the police want nothing to do with this. It'll be in our hands soon enough. But you know what? This is your team too, and you all should be looking at each other like partners and people to protect. I'm sure that everyone is looking at trying to figure out how to make sure Walter North stays alive till tomorrow. Is Walter North doing the same for their partners? We'll have the wake tomorrow. And she closes the door.
Okay, probably right after she closes the door, Walter is like, "Do you have a lemon or something?"
And the
I feel
door is
really
closed.
bad. I know. That's because of the cigar. I shouldn't have accepted. And then he'll probably leave the institute for.
And as you're getting ready to leave, the door opens and she says, "You may want to keep that gun on you." And then she closes it again.
Okay, so I'll head to the meeting point with Marcus.
Okay. And Satori, where are you going?
I think I stay up on the roof for a few minutes after
Okay.
Walter leaves. And then I put out my cigar and put it back.
Okay.
And head back down to the office, grab some coffee, some lunch, see kind of what everybody has started occupying themselves with.
Walter is not there. Alder looks like they just finished some modification to the corkboard, including the adding of Maggie to it with a string to the office. Sam is kind of watching over what Alder's doing and sort of talking with Nova a little bit. And they had an energy drink too. Not something you've ever seen Sam do, I don't think. Is Sam an energy drink drinker normally? I didn't think so.
No, pure. Typically sounds just like coffee. Might like if it's just been a long time before like any coffee comes in, he might crack it open just for the caffeine.
Yeah.
I kind of walk over to Sam. Have you slept?
No.
I'm gonna pull out that cot that Maggie hid. If you want to sleep in Walter and I's office. And turn off the lights if you want. There'll be people around.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I can do that.
Yeah, I know how it is. You let me know if you need anything, okay? I know I'm not Maggie. I'm not exactly as approachable, but
That's appreciated.
of course. There's also coffee in the break room now.
And Nova, as you're bringing up information from the fingerprints, you get some details of some really gory murders. Like, really violent, gory, beat to death in ways that broke their bones so badly they could be folded into things like luggage and shoved behind
Wow.
boilers and
The moment that she gets any hits, her posture changes. She like pushes up in her chair and sits crisscross applesauce in her computer chair and like hunches over and like really gets into it, starting to take notes.
I think I'm gonna go make a call. And I'm gonna step out of the room and I'm gonna call Franklin.
Okay. And it rings, and it rings, and then it picks up. Yeah.
Hey, cousin.
Wow.
Yeah?
Is everything okay?
Uh, no. Can you run a name for me?
Sure.
Uh,
Wow.
can you
It must.
run?
I mean, you never call for things unless
Yeah,
it's that kind of thing.
yeah.
All
There,
right.
there were some things that happened at Magnus that I need to like figure out soon.
At Magnus?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Give me the name.
I give Teddy's name. What was the full name? It was a
Theodore.
Theodora.
Theodora.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't have
Valentine.
the
I don't know.
document up.
I don't know why I'm
Yeah.
thinking Valentine.
Theodora Pester.
Yeah.
Hester.
Pester.
I don't know why Valentine was like in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look it up and I'll get you what I know.
Okay. Thank
Just-
you.
You don't. Are you safe?
Yeah, I mean I have a gun on me. I think I'll be good.
That's good. I mean, Florida is a right to carry state. You can
Yeah.
pack
Yeah.
the heat pretty good there.
Yeah. I think I'll be good. Crazier thing actually. That's some drama. Kyle is in my apartment right now.
What?
Yeah.
Werewolf boy?
Yeah.
Wow.
I found him passed out on my front porch, so he found my address somehow.
And you let him in?
Yeah.
Wait a
Why
second.
wouldn't I?
Is this a second date?
Uh,
And then he's laughing.
Dude,
I'm kidding. I'm
I
always
will
kidding.
hang up on you, Franklin.
Sorry. I couldn't leave it alone. Is he? So he's passed out. He was drinking, I guess.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten over the. He hasn't grown up from the drinking, the
No.
binge drinking.
Yeah.
I mean,
He likes
just
John Deere
disappeared.
now, too. I don't know. He did.
I mean, do you know what? You know what? I'm gonna look him up too.
That sounds
I haven't
good,
looked in a
actually.
long time.
Yeah, you let me know if there's anything I need to know about. But also this Teddy character,
Yeah.
she was in a statement about 16 years ago, apparently disappeared. So I don't know if she's using a different name now, but
Okay.
it might be linked to, well, yeah, it might be linked to a murder here.
All right.
Well, I'll text you if I have any more information.
Let me look it up.
Wish I was calling you under better circumstances.
Yeah. Me too. All right. Well, at least you got a date out of it. And he hangs up.
That's not a date, Franklin. God damn it. I hang up.
And you were in the office, or you're outside. Alder, you
Mhm.
notice that Nova's eyes get wide for a moment, and then you know the look of someone who is digging into something. Like nobody knows that look better than you and Sam.
Hey, Nova, right?
Yes, and she like pushes the top of her laptop down a bit. Um, what's up?
Did you find something from running the fingerprint?
Uh, yeah. Where did Nova find the fingerprint exactly?
On the doorknob.
On the doorknob? Okay. Yeah, I found the fingerprint was connected to this Theodora Pesteros, was it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of cases linked to her with the prime suspect. All violent murder cases. How many cases did she find so far?
7.
There's 7 in total, not including today's. I'd be interested to hear from Satori what the details are, or whenever
I,
the file comes up for
I
access.
mean, yeah, that sounds like that definitely tracks then. I mean, if this person is a killer who knew Maggie, they had some kind of relationship in college, then I think we have the suspect. It's just now a matter of where is she, how do we find her, and what happened to her and the missing parts of the statement that Maggie made because she's clearly been affected. I mean, I guess not clearly, but it sounds like she was affected by something or Maggie wouldn't have given a statement to us. I mean, not us, but the Magnus Institute in general about it if it
That's
didn't have something to do with, yeah.
that's a fair
One,
assumption.
one thing that came
I
up that was unusual too is that
Mhm.
she briefly worked for the Magnus Institute in Chicago, which is where Maggie came from. That was the Magnus Institute she started at.
Oh, that's weird. Also, she used to work at the Magnus Institute in Chicago. This Theodora person. Um, Outside of that, I would be very much interested in trying to map out locations of all these murders and finding out what the supposed or assumed motive was for them, because that could help us figure out, if not why, maybe where next, you know?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I was thinking I want to try and find, apparently she was on the news a couple days ago. I'd love to try and find that clip because she might actually be related to the other case we've been working on. We've been working on some cult stuff.
Oh, do you have like a summary file of that?
Um,
You probably have
not,
something, but not formal.
I think the best summary is all of the pictures in like red. I think all they're kind of just like points at the like part of the corkboard that has all of that information. And it's like, yeah, I think we've got everything written down somewhere about that I can find, but it's kind of all here. Uh, Church, weird cults, branding people, and then also consuming them with fire is the very brief summary.
Interesting. Okay.
Sam,
Hmm.
your phone rings on your desk.
I
It's the
pick it up.
front. You have someone here for you.
Uh, who is it?
And they say the name. I don't remember your friend's name off the top of my head.
Oh, Mace. Yeah.
Yeah, Mace.
Okay.
Mace.
Sam,
It's a Mace.
like Hob. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll go down and meet him. So I head down and go through the elevator, and I guess I also see Dawn in there.
And Don is very solemn today. Not really.
Okay.
He's trying to be respectful, of course.
Thanks.
And you get to the
Good.
first floor.
Sam bolts out and tries to meet
Okay.
Mace.
He's right there, right outside.
Hey.
Dude, what happened?
Hey. A lot. Could we go somewhere, diner,
Yeah.
something?
His car's right there. He didn't even park it.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
go. La Coretta,
Sam hops
maybe?
in. Sure. Just somewhere.
Yeah. It's big, a lot of booths. We can just sit and there'll be no one near us and we can talk.
Okay.
All right. You go to La Coretta, a Miami staple, Cuban food. And you arrive. Walter, you head out to meet Marcus. And he's he was probably waiting outside also for you when you come down. And he's like, man, I had sorry I wasn't able to get back with you last night, but everything all right? And you get in the car and heads
Yeah,
to
everything's
lunch.
wonderful. Wonderful. Everything's beautiful. You can't even imagine.
I don't know. I can imagine quite a lot.
Okay.
So what's going on? You don't look yourself.
Yeah, it's something like everything happens at the same time, and I never had a moment like that before. You know, this church is burnt down.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of faced a daughter and realized that she's not the one I'm looking for. Maybe something like a branch. I don't know.
How do you know that? Isn't she the cult leader?
Yeah, but I think I can say that I sense that. She's not the one. She was not strong enough, maybe, or not dedicated enough. I don't know. But then I found this. I'm showing him the branding iron.
May I? And he looks at it. Where'd you get this? You found it? Was it? I mean, it's a branding iron, like.
Yeah, but it was something like it was in a box that was on fire but didn't burn at all. It wasn't even warm.
Oh. So, like these runes are Minoan.
And here's another weird thing. This morning I suddenly remembered that I've seen these symbols before. And guess where? In my childhood house.
Oh wow! Did you have parents that were Greek?
As far as I know,
Your
no.
mother was of Greek ancestry, but not 100%. Had some Greek in her past.
Probably.
From Crete.
Okay, so Walter just says, I think there was some sort of relation, but I don't remember clearly. But that means I have to go back there and ask for some clues. I don't know, maybe so I can reach some of their friends or something.
These runes suggest something like I mean, no one reads Minoan well anymore, but it suggests that when you get marked by this, that you are then able to make a self-sacrifice to offer your energy or soul to the one that to those above that marked you. It's like a ritual thing, making your soul part of what they could use if they, I don't know, you know how religions and stuff are.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I still didn't. I still couldn't get rid of the whole alcohol from my system. So everything hurts right now. What did you exactly mean? Like, if I brand someone with this, can I have their soul or something?
It's like soul or energy or like their power. I mean, you know how they spoke in the old days.
I mean,
It's all mumbo jumbo, doesn't mean anything anyway. It's just
will that flow to me, or the
no. You would flow to
ancient-
whoever is the leader of this thing.
assuming that I'm not branding to myself. I'm doing that to someone else. I am the one who does it.
Yes, and it work. And then if you have it, if you're branded, then it would go up to whoever is above you, and so on. It's like a pyramid of power, I guess. But you only get the power when they sacrifice themselves freely, when they choose to give themselves.
Okay, so here's a real shit. When I got back home with this, I had a weird moment. Like, it was one of those visions, delusions, whatever you name it.
I would call it delusions.
Thank you.
And he laughs at you.
And it was about that moment again, back in my childhood. And this time, instead of shadowy figures, I saw faces. I saw faces that I didn't remember for 30 years.
I mean, a lot of people, they go through trauma, they forget, they don't remember what happened in these moments without something helping bring it up. I mean, you've been touched by fire your whole life, it seems, so maybe all this fire cult stuff is making your brain, work a little harder and pulling things out it wasn't seeing before.
I don't know, but when I was there at the church, and when I faced Adara for the first time, it was a weird feel, like it was calling me to join its power or something. That's weird. And then
maybe you're
today,
too close to this stuff. Go on, and today.
One of my co-workers is found dead. See, I don't even know if it's related to this weird situation or not, but there are lots of stuff to deal with, I can say, and randomly a werewolf case appeared as well. That was.
And he looks at you for a moment, and he just busts out laughing. A werewolf case? You got to be kidding me, right? Next up, vampires, mummies. Like, is this Scooby-Doo? Are you joining Scooby-Doo? Which one are you? I mean, that's what it sounds like. Where's the mystery machine?
Yeah, we can say that working with the Magnus Institution is something like a Scooby-Doo team. Yeah. Anyways,
if you can't laugh about it, you'll just cry all the time.
You know, I cry all the time internally. Anyways, I
Maybe
have
let
to
it
go
out.
back to
Yeah.
I have to go back to my old place and do some research about uh, relatives, friends, anything anything that might bring up some I don't know answers, some relation, some explanation at least. But can you do a little bit of research on your end? Like
Sure.
maybe there's some sort of occultist like your group or organization or however you name it, and maybe they had some sort of contact back in the days. I don't know.
I'll I'll look and see what I can find. Not about the werewolf though.
I actually don't know about the case yet because I didn't get much information about it, and I didn't ask because lots of stuff is going on
Just get
right now.
silver bullets, put it into the problem.
Yeah, silver is the silver is the first thing. Anyways,
Yeah.
you have to look for Jonathan North and Susie North.
Okay.
And uh, beside that, if you can find anyone who knows um, who knows more stuff about fire-related traditions, that would help a lot. Even
Yeah.
some books would help. Uh, yeah.
Can I take a picture of this thing you got, or would you
Uh,
rather not?
uh, let's keep it a little secret at least for now. But
All
if you
right.
really need it, I will send you
I'll wait.
pictures.
I'm okay. All right. Let's. Well, I got to get back, but wow, you got some interesting stuff going on there. Stay safe.
Yeah. Easy
And
to
he,
say, but
yeah. And he gives you
anyways.
a bro hug and heads out.
Probably I will eat lots of stuff because I'm thinking that probably Walter didn't have any breakfast and then came into the office, probably drank half bottle of vodka.
I was assuming you kind of ate something while you were talking, but if not, that's fine. If you want to stay sick.
Yeah, probably I will eat double or even triple menu.
Oh yeah, you'll be throwing some of that up. Sam, you get to you and Mace are in the car, and it's like, dude, what happened? And you pull into La Coretta while you're it's just a few blocks away. You get a
So
seat.
remember a little while ago where I had that guy stalking me,
Yeah.
and there was that weird person that got in my apartment and just
We
moved the salt shake around.
we didn't see anybody. What are you talking about? It wasn't a person. It was just the salt was moved, right?
Just, the door couldn't have unlocked itself. I don't know.
I thought
Whatever.
you said that was drugs or something. Like you got drugged. You felt like you got
Right,
roofied or
right,
whatever.
right. Point is, it happened again, but differently, and a bunch of other shit happened with work,
Oh man.
and I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, and I don't know what to do, and I don't like feeling like this at all. Um, I don't, I don't know what to do. I don't think I could go back to my apartment because this time it was some woman. She licked into my ear, I think.
Well,
I
that's
don't
gross.
know. And I couldn't move. And I still don't know how she got in. She was looking for something, but I don't,
Did she say what?
it can't say what it was, but I think it had something to do with my grandma.
You think you were dreaming? I mean, I'm not trying to discount what you're saying. I'm just. It sounds like it could have been a dream.
It's possible, but something, the salt shaker shifted again. So
Are you sure
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
move it?
I don't think so. I don't like moving things around. I don't know. I don't
Could you be
know.
having night terrors? Like, isn't that what they're called when you have like these terrible lucid dreams and you act upon them in your dream? Do you think that
No, look, I know it sounds ridiculous. I know it's not realistic, but I know what happened. And
you want to stay with me? I got a cot
please,
or a
I
couch.
can't go back. I can't go back. At least not for the night. I don't. She said she'd come back and take it, and I still don't know what it is, but
Um, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll drop you off at work. Do you want me to go get the stuff from your apartment, like clothes and stuff from your apartment? You got, or do you want to just buy some
no,
decent clothes?
I do want to grab a couple of things
You can.
before.
You'll fit most of my clothes, but I don't suggest you wear my underwear. That'd be like a little
Oh,
bit.
no, 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 not clothes per se. I just have a couple of things I need to make sure
Okay.
I take with me from
Then
the
we can
apartment.
go together if you want. I'll go with you, and we'll make sure there's at least two of us. And if you want us to, do you want to go back to your apartment or not? If not, we don't have to. It's not a big
I
deal.
can't stay. I don't want to stay the night, but I'd like to get my
Okay.
things, and I'd like you to come up with me, so I'm not alone.
100%. I'll do that for sure. Matter of fact, I'll wait in front of the office for you if you want.
Uh, sure.
Can I wait in the office? Like, is there a lobby or something? I'll just sit there. I'm fine.
Uh,
I'll sleep in the car.
is there a lobby in the office?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can wait there. I'll just go grab my briefcase
All right.
and head out.
And you eat and head over. And he stops you for a minute. He says, dude, I don't think you're going crazy. Whatever's happening seems like a big deal. And he gives you a big hug. Like, I got you. I got you.
For some reason, that's what pushes Sam over the edge. And, like, not the news of Maggie, not anything else, just feeling like he's not going insane, and he starts to cry a lot and holds Mace back and just
And he doesn't let
crumples
go.
against him.
You're going to be good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I bet your grandma's looking down, protecting you.
I I don't think so.
Of course she is. Maybe your mom, too. And your pa. Whatever, though. It doesn't really matter. What matters is you got friends, you got work, and we're going to get whatever this is figured out.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe your friends at work might know something about this stuff.
I
I
don't.
mean, don't they look at creepy things? Isn't that their whole job?
Yeah, but I don't. I don't think I want them to know. At least not right now. I just.
No one there you're close enough to that could secretly look some stuff up or figure out what you're trying to. I mean, you do research. You could look this stuff up too, probably. Yeah, maybe you don't need to tell anyone else.
I've looked into some of it in the past and got nowhere. So I don't know. I. I'll think about maybe telling someone.
Let's get in there. You got half a day's work to do, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you know, he parks. You walk across, and you go to the elevator, and Donna's there. You have an elevator person? And he says right in front
Yeah,
of Don.
yeah, that's Don. Don, this is Mace. Mace, Don.
Nice to meet you, Mace. Hope you had a good lunch, Sam. And he presses the button for 3.
Yeah. And then Sam doesn't say much else.
Yeah. When you get off on 3 and the doors close, he goes, dude, that is so weird. I didn't even know that that was a job still.
This building is old, so yeah.
It's like when they didn't let you pump your own gas.
Yeah.
Like, did they think we were all idiots or something? It's an elevator button, right? That's all he does. Actually, that may be the greatest job I've ever heard of.
You'd be surprised where those elevators can take you. And Sam goes into the office and tries to just get his stuff done for the day.
You get in and you can sit in the lobby, and it's got like a big owl, it's an owl themed lobby area. There's an owl on the door, the one like behind you, and like white frosting on the door, and then the rest of it has stuff like that. You get into the office. Alder is hovering over Nova, who's not showing their screen to Alder. And you can see that they're like actively in a cat and mouse of trying to see what's on the screen, but trying not to let anyone see what's on the screen.
I just don't think that Nova wants to
I know.
let Alder see that, especially
No.
if this person is connected to what just happened today. Doesn't want to give him any idea of what might have happened to Maggie.
And Satori comes in too from cigar smoking and phone calls and whatever else you did. Did you do anything else at lunch?
Probably just ate.
Yeah, just ate some lunch.
Yeah. Not anything special.
Right. You get into the office and everyone but Walter is there. And it's quiet and people staring across at each other while they're doing things, and like you've never seen them not talk like they're doing now, which makes sense considering their concerns.
Yeah.
But also disconcerting.
Did anybody find anything?
Not me.
Yeah, I think Nova found some stuff.
What you got for me?
Well, I would be interested to see what comes of the case files for today's incident. But essentially, looking up this Teddy, I found like 7 murder cases connected to them. All with Teddy as the prime suspect. But I've yet to figure out if they've discerned a motive. I haven't looked into the locations of the murder, or where they assume that they happened, or where they ended up. They're all pretty similar, though. They're pretty violent.
They all female?
Were they?
No, but more than half are.
Okay. Predominantly, but not all.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, create a profile, whatever you can. Wonder if there's been any sort of arrests or convictions, or if they just haven't been able to find Teddy.
You know that they've not been able to find her.
Okay.
It seems like Teddy is definitely still at large. I'm wondering if I can find maybe a connection between the victims, something that they all shared.
And it dawns on you that Nova was not there when the statement was read.
Oh. Yeah. Alder, do you want to hand over that statement to Nova?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Let me grab it. I go and I get the statement, and some of it's been destroyed, unfortunately, but here, you can read over this.
Oh, thanks. She'll like sit down and kind of look through it.
I wonder if it has something to do with dates.
Roommates. They were roommates in college. They both ended up working at the Magnus Institute, one after the other. Maggie joined after. From the statement, you can tell there was an odd relationship between them as roomies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna like. Do you mind if I make a copy of this?
No,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Just gonna make a copy. I wonder if we could find like the audio file of this somewhere. You know?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Unfortunately, Sam and I have not. I mean, we've made a lot of progress. We haven't gotten as far as I would like through all of the audio files that were damaged, partly damaged entirely.
Yeah.
We found very few like fully salvageable ones, but yeah, I don't know if it'd be great if we could find it. I don't know if it's worth it though to spend the time trying to go through all of the files just to find that one.
I mean, I can peek through the disaster room, see if I find anything important, but
Is there a date or location of where this case was like taken?
Yeah,
Fargo 2016.
yeah, 2016. Yeah, March 2nd, 2016.
All the murders are after that date. There are none before.
Interesting.
But the first of them is soon after that.
Satori, I can go with you to the disaster room if we want to look for
Yeah. That sounds good.
anything
to
that could be
know.
useful.
Yeah, how she met or knew the other victims. Like, if she's on any dating apps or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I have to download Tinder.
I wonder if there's something that they all have.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that Teddy was spotted on TV, Alder? Outside of that.
Yeah, no, Satori, you said.
Yeah.
Oh, Satori, sorry.
Well,
Yeah, they were at the
I heard
rally.
it from Satori, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they were at the rally with another individual. From what I saw on the news, there was a person that was getting interviewed and Teddy was with them.
I wonder if that person's okay.
I don't know. What's the most recent file that you pulled up?
She turns back to her computer and starts typing. What's the most recent one?
And the most recent one is the day that was on the TV. That night there was a body found that was the woman she was with on camera. And that one was found body busted and shoved into a piece of luggage.
Is there just like a normal picture of the
not
woman?
the big luggage, the carry-on luggage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there are photos that are just they're hard to look at even for you.
Tuesday?
Yep.
Like
So-
2 days ago?
Yeah.
But that has not been necessarily tagged to Teddy. It just fits all the other the ways that the murders have been done. They've all been beaten, bones broken by beating, until they could be shoved into places that they don't fit.
She finds a picture of the victim before the beating, and brings it up on the computer and says, "Is this her?"
Yeah.
She's found dead.
Cool. Right. So we should probably talk to their family, see if they know Teddy.
All right. And she'll print off some information about that, about all the victims, but especially their most recent.
Walter, you
then
are.
I go.
Oh, sorry.
Then I go to the disaster room.
With Alder.
Yeah, I'll go. I want to look and see if there's. I'm still trying to figure out what is up with the stone. So I'm looking less for case files and more for like any like physical objects there. I feel like Alder might just start like touching things and see what happens, but I feel like it's a really good thing that Satori's
Yeah.
there. Like, don't touch that, don't touch that, yeah.
Yeah. This file tastes a little different than the other one.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to touch things and see like what taste I get in my mouth when I touch
This
them.
one's licorice. This one's cotton candy.
Nothing is like cotton candy.
Tastes like the vibes of the case.
Walter, you are on your way back, and you have that branding iron with you. And are you bringing the branding iron with you back into the office, or are you leaving it at home or in the car? What are you doing with that thing and the case it's in?
Probably I will bring it with me.
Okay.
By the way, I mean, since it's a random situation for Walter, can we assume that some people around the area could know Walter already? Like, I'm assuming that Walter probably did a different version of this investigation before.
Yeah.
Like maybe some officers.
Well, you've definitely investigated the burning in the Everglades. That was definitely something you had spent time on. So you had become known more from that than from anything after that. You know, the police got to know who you were, and you gave them a lot of information, but it didn't solve the crime.
Okay, so I will probably follow the same steps over again to reach out other stuff probably. But while on the road, I will send some messages to our chat group. Like, first of all, I will ask for an image of the stone. And the second thing is WTF with this werewolf situation.
To the group.
Do you put that in the group chat?
No, it's not to the group.
Okay.
It's,
just
private.
to Satori. That would have been
I was
awesome.
like, you're just outing me about the werewolf thing on Maine.
No.
Okay. And, I mean, all the files you have are in the office, so you would need to go into the office to pull up everything you have anyway. Because you don't keep your files at home. That is most definitely against Magnus Archive protocol. And they actually, unlike many places, are organized enough to know what's missing and ask for it unless it's in that junk room.
I don't think I respond to Walter. At least not right now.
And when you get into are you going into the office or are you going to where are you going to reopen the investigation?
I will go back to Boston.
Oh, to Boston? Oh, you're flying back, like, you got a ticket and everything.
Yeah. I will directly go there and talk to people and stuff.
Oh, so you're
probably
you're gonna,
visit the property once again.
Well, that won't happen right away. You've got to get flights and all that stuff arranged.
Yeah, I will spend my time with it.
Okay, so you're in the office actually just setting up travel.
Okay.
Or wherever you're going to do your travel. And when you get in the office, you start setting up the travel. You see Nova is like grinding away at information gathering, and almost sounds like the keyboard like searching, typing, copying and pasting info, building, case information. And Nova, you come across something unusual that you had never heard of. She was part of something called the Red Club, and you've never heard of it, and you can't find any information on it. But one of the victims was also a member, and you only find this out because there are chat records between them saying it.
Okay. Who was the victim? Is it the same girl that was found in the suitcase, or?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Just gonna make a note of that. Just like write on a sticky note on a pad, on like a notepad, and like underline it several times.
Okay.
The Red Club.
And Walter, you are booking your travel and everything, and the memory of your home is still kind of haunting you because it's stuff you hadn't remembered since when you were really young. Almost like your mind had like closed off the trauma of the moment and left it with just a narrow tunnel of understanding for you to just survive and get out and arrive in the first foster home you went to, or the orphanage, I mean. But as you sit and you're making arrangements, you start kind of remembering back. And on the wall there is a poster that, irrelevant to anything important, but you see this, it sort of in your mind becomes this rug. And when you think and you go back, you remember your mother was a collector of art, and she loved beautiful things like ceramics and paintings and decorative arts of different kinds, most of which did nothing for you because you were a kid, and it was just bad because you would break things if you weren't careful, which made it miserable to run around the house. But you do remember that on that wall, that old Afshar rug, it had the runes wrapped around it, but it floods in the image that was covered in the middle. You see it for the first time clearly. And you remember your mother saying it was Crete covered in a flood. But it always struck you that the sky was red and orange. Not always. It now says something, and the way that it fades, and the flood was a picture of death and destruction. And when you were young, you always remembered it as being what happens after the flood and what happened before to cause it. And you're sitting there, and then you realize the cursor is blinking, waiting for you to put in your ticket information, or your information to get your tickets. And Satori walks in and sees you kind of zoned out.
What you
Okay.
doing?
What?
What you doing?
It's I don't know. I will need to go to Boston.
To Boston? On what case?
Uh, I have some sort of lead about this whole fire thing.
All right. Should I send somebody to go with you? Since it's about work?
I don't know. Do you handle that kind of stuff now?
I guess so.
Sadly.
I'm not much of a leader, Walter. But if you're only going to be in Boston for a day or so, I can send somebody with you.
I don't know. I will take the next flight. So
The next flight won't be till tomorrow.
and there's still some time.
Yeah, maybe my Beholder or Sam would want to go.
I don't know. I mean, I've been there before, so I know what to do. But
It is company policy for this kind of stuff to be done in pairs.
yeah, it's the moment when I try to not get people involved into my personal stuff, but also try to keep this as the institute stuff as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't need anyone, but if you think that it's important, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's policy. I bet Alder would love to go to Chicago. Or Boston. Yeah, Boston. And I wish I could go with you, but I've got other things that I need to take care of now.
Okay, but it's not understood. But okay.
Alright. I'll take it. I can go ask Alder.
Okay.
I turn around.
Probably right in the meantime, I'll try to do some research about that image I remember.
Okay. And Alder, you are Satori.
Mm-hmm.
Who you inviting?
Alder.
Okay.
Unless somebody else wants to go. Alder, you want to go on a special assignment?
Yeah, sure. What am I doing?
You want to go to Boston?
Oh, when I have a friend coming into town next week.
You should be back.
Okay. Why? What's in Boston? Is it related to...
Walter found a lead with the fire cult, I think. He's trying to get on a plane tomorrow, so I'm suspecting you guys are only going to be gone a few days. But company policy dictates at least 2 people go together. And unless somebody else wants to go, figured you'd do great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I thought we were kind of putting the fire cult stuff, like, on the back burner for now.
Yeah,
because,
well-
like, the building burned down.
Walter found something important. He was pretty vague as usual, so but that's up to you. You have final say, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's not much to here. I don't know, I guess it feels like there is stuff to do, but I can't think of anything. So if he has like an actual lead, then yeah, we should follow up on that.
All right. Then I shout to the back office. Alder said he'd go with you.
All right.
And I whispered Alder, I don't think he's very happy that I am putting a second person on this, but I think somebody needs to go with him.
Yeah, I mean that's company policy, right? Like you said, so
Yeah. I wouldn't worry though.
And you,
yeah, no, I'm not worried. Just I don't know. Like Walter's just very you know, you share an office with him, so
Yeah.
I just haven't like spent a lot of time with him. And I'm not really sure that he likes me that much. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, only for a few days. I mean, maybe you can go do something fun in Boston. I don't know.
there are a
Yeah,
lot
I mean
of
I've never
ghosts
been
in
there.
Boston.
Yeah.
There's what?
There's a lot of ghosts in Boston.
A lot of ghosts in Boston.
Yeah, you know that Alder likes the ghost tours.
Yeah.
They're loaded with them. Maybe. And you realize it's starting to get to the end of the day now. Nova has been incredibly quiet in their activity, digging into things. I'll give you a bunch of information, between now and the next episode, Nova. And
Looking forward to it.
And Sam, you now have Alder and Walter leaving. That leaves you, Nova and Sam, to do whatever's happening here. Sienna comes in and she goes, Satori, the police are releasing files to you. We're now the lead on the case. They'll be assisting us. So they'll be sending over all of their files and information on what happened. So you may want to get your team digging in on that.
Yep. Of course. Your team. That feels weird.
And she closes the door.
Well,
You're head away.
I am going to try and get home as quick as humanly possible.
When you start to head out, weirdly, Alder's been left behind without being told to leave. Sam is left behind and not being told to leave. Nova definitely ain't leaving yet. But
No
you get to the lobby and you see this dude sort of leaning back in the couch, asleep.
Do I know this dude?
No?
I walk over. Can I help you with something?
Oh, shit, did I fall asleep?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Are-
No,
Are you waiting for someone?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Sam.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
You
They
work
should
with
be
him?
getting done soon. Yeah. I'm Satori.
Is he okay in there?
Yes?
Okay, good.
Why wouldn't he be?
Oh, no, he's fine. He's fine.
Is he? Can I
I'm his-
roll a
I'm his-
perception?
Yes, you may. Or intuition if you have intuition.
I do not.
Okay.
I have perception. Is this the first and only roll?
Oh my god, it is. All night's been no rolls. It's one of those nights.
Mhm.
Okay. I am trained in perception.
Okay.
That was a 5, so hopefully the DC wasn't very high.
He looks like he's not really telling the truth, just sort of giving an answer.
Why, did something happen?
What do you mean? Did he tell you something?
Maybe. Did he tell you something?
No. And he answers in a way that feels like he's being questioned and he's trying not to answer things. Is he coming out soon?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good.
I feel like you're leaving something out. I mean,
I feel like you're putting
Sam,
something in.
well, we're friends. I kind of worry about
friends
Sam's
too.
well-being.
I've been
Cool.
friends with him for a long time.
Good. I'm glad somebody's watching out for him.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Do you live here? Are you visiting?
Yeah, I live here. Yeah, we're best friends. We go fishing
Okay.
sometimes.
Oh,
Heck,
great.
we almost drowned once going fishing. Did you ever tell the ton of the boat? We couldn't find the boat.
I
It
didn't
was
know
crazy.
Sam goes fishing.
We don't fish for fish so much as fish for,
Oh.
just
See, I
getting
fish
away.
for fish. If you couldn't tell by the everything about me.
I mean, we eat fish if we catch some, but it's really not the goal,
You
Where
ever
do you
go
fish?
like crawdad? Crawdad?
No, I don't think I'd eat a Wait, what? You mean those little lobster things, like small lobsters?
Yeah.
Is there actually enough meat in there to?
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that what they say that they suck the head out of in New Orleans or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so gross.
The claw meat's really good. It's great
But-
for stews.
I don't know if this would be like a good point for like Sam to like be like, oh shoot, I need to go, and oh shoot,
Sure.
Mace, and starts packing up his stuff and walks
You
up
start
into
packing.
them having this conversation about
So I'm
crawdads.
interrogating your friend.
And you hear as he's saying the story. Yeah, he had a rough night last night. Didn't get any sleep, but I just making sure that he's good.
Oh.
He just needs a place to stay for a night or two. Oh
Yeah.
oh,
Did something happen?
Sam, how you? No.
No, don't worry about it. I'm fine. Just
Your boss here
Stuff.
is pretty nice. Wait, are you his boss?
God damn it.
She is now.
Unfortunately, we used to be on level playing fields for the most part. Now I have to tell people what to do.
Oh,
Still feels weird. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you let me know if you need anything. It's nice to meet you. I didn't catch your name.
oh, Mace. What's your name?
Mace. Satori.
Satori.
Yeah.
Where's that from? I don't know that name. It's odd.
Japanese, I think.
Oh. You into anime? I like
Soul
a lot of
Eater's
video
good.
games too. Yeah. Cool. Bosses don't like that kind of stuff. That's so weird. You're probably not a very good boss, I imagine, right?
Well, it's my first day, wouldn't you know?
Oh shit. Sorry. Maybe you'll grow into it.
Possibly. Anyway, I gotta get home.
Yeah, and we've gotta
Sorry.
head back to.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow, Story.
Sorry, I
See ya.
didn't mean to say that about the anime. I'm sure you're fine. As a boss.
It's all good. Yeah, it's fine. I get it. I understand.
Any-
As I turn, I just flash a little bit that I'm wearing a holster as I walk around by.
His eyes
and
don't.
continue.
His eyes don't lie. They
Yeah.
go bug-eyed a bit. Is this a
And I
police?
continue
Is this like a
walking.
police thing?
It's we get a lot of jurisdiction here for investigations. Probably more than most research places should.
Let's get out of here. That gave me the creeps.
Yeah. Honestly, that's not the creepiest thing here. You wouldn't. Yeah. Let's just go.
And as you're heading out, Story, you hear this. it can't be any creepier than when that storm was really far away. It just was right over us like a minute later. That's been the creepiest thing I've ever experienced.
I mean, I don't know.
And then the doors of the elevator open, and Satori and the two of you are standing there, and Don opens the door, opens the gate, lets you in.
Mm-hmm.
Story smells like you were the first to partake. Any
Yeah.
presses one. I hope you found it fitting for you.
It was great. Thank you, Don.
And you arrive at the first floor.
I feel like an awkward
Night all.
silence.
Yeah.
And then we... Night.
And he's like, good night all. Goes back up. And Alder, you feel unleashed.
Yeah, I have been left here. I think that what Alder's going to do, actually, interestingly enough, is leave the office, because Nova and... Is Walter also still here?
Yeah.
I want to go, like, out of the office space and down the hall to where the big room with the windows is. And kind of just hang out there until I see Nova and Walter leave. Assuming that they do leave at some point during the night.
Okay. So you're going to hang out hidden, waiting.
Yeah, like kind of waiting, like looking down, because it's like down the hall a ways.
Yeah.
But like I think still in eyesight of the elevator from what I remember, where if I'm like looking down the hall at a certain angle, I can like see the elevator.
Yep.
But yeah, I will hang out by the picture of Eileen that's there, and I have the stone in my pocket.
All right, Nova, you realize everyone is left except maybe the guy in the other room. You're not even sure about that one. And you're alone. Your first day, and you've been abandoned to your work.
Just how she likes it. I feel like she can get quite absorbed in what she's doing, so the time went by so fast. And I don't even think anyone's really told her what time the day actually ends, so
We all just left.
yeah.
Yep.
Which is okay. It's understandable. Today was a lot for them. So
How late do you stay working?
geez, I think at least until rush hour ends.
7,
Yeah, and then
7:30.
she'll like put a peg in her notes, leave, close her laptop, and like tuck it away, and leave the sticky note with the red group or the red party on the desk.
Red Club.
The red club. That's it. Yeah. And start packing your stuff up.
What about you, Walter?
Walter's still looking for some information online about the image, maybe similar images, maybe trying to find if there's any occult relation about this image, like different kind of curations, maybe different kind of interpretations about it. Yeah, he's kind of spending time about it, but actually he's not focusing on the stuff. He's more likely thinking about going back to what happened back then once again.
Yeah, and what you find is that was a rug that showed the island, the Minoans. The whole civilization was wiped out by a tsunami caused by a volcanic eruption. And they were the enemies of the Mycenians. And there is suspicion that in the cult circles that the Mycenians had used a ritual to cause the volcano to explode and cause the tsunami and destroy their enemies. Or that was written after it happened as a way to justify what happened because, you know.
Yeah, but the main concern of Walter is something like this. It was
And this-
something like uh, walking through a corridor that has lots of doors that are closed on the sides, but after getting into this fire cult thing, all of the doors open at the same time, and Walter doesn't know which one he has to take first.
Yeah.
And probably when he goes back there, there will be a lot more door open waiting for him. So he doesn't want to bring a coworker into a possible danger because of that. So he's currently actually thinking about a safe workaround about it.
Okay. Well, you have a little time to think about it. The tickets are already bought, and there's a hotel with that's already done, and you work and for a few hours more and get all the information you can. The Minoans were destroyed in 1500 BCE, so it was a long time ago, obviously, and there's even questions about whether that was actually what destroyed the Minoan civilization. But it is a civilization that was completely destroyed.
Okay, I mean, I will think about them, and when I realize
Okay.
that it's already late,
Yeah.
uh, I'll take a last peek on everywhere because something happens when we left when we leave the office, obviously, like the ladies burning out situation, Maggie's situation, mysterious boxes and stuff. So I'll check the surrounding for a while.
Okay. You check them and you examine everything. You take in where everything is and what position it is. And when you finally feel comfortable, you know what's what, you head out. Nobody else is left in there. You're leaving after Nova had already left. And Sienna is leaving at the same time as you. It's the only person that you've seen still here.
I will not say a single word.
She doesn't either. You get in the elevator
Just
uncomfortably. And
try not to make eye contact.
Okay. She'll follow your lead. Alder, they all leave.
I watch everyone leave out the elevator, and then I go back into the office.
All right.
Yeah, I will go back in to my office that I share with Sam and now Nova, turn on the lights, open the computer. I set the rock down next to me on the desk, but I'm not touching it. And then sits and kind of gets everything.
Hold on one second. Walter, what did you do with the branding iron?
It's still with me.
Still with you. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'll get everything set up like I'm going to start working. But instead of doing that, Alder will, just puts the rock down on the desk, looks at it for a second, and just again, not touching the rock, so not smelling or tasting the things from that, but we'll try and just kind of see what can I smell and what can I taste in the room right now, if anything.
When you're not holding the stone, it takes a moment for the taste and the scent to clear from your taste buds and your olfactory sense, and then it's just the room. And you have a good sense of smell anyway, so the room actually does have an odor, I don't like the word odor. It has a smell. It's everywhere. And to you, everywhere you go has a smell. And what are you doing now?
Alder takes a couple of deep breaths and just kind of under their breath. Okay. done this before. Maggie, I'm working late. Aren't you gonna tell me to go home? I'm here by myself. Everyone else left, and I'm still working. And Alder will just kind of start typing. I don't even know if it's anything. And just again trying to focus on, like, in the past, whenever I've encountered a ghost, there's been some kind of sensory. So like trying to be like, okay, what can I smell? What can I taste? Like, what is here in the room?
And after a while, you open your eyes and there's a blue sheen to everything, and Don is sitting in the chair in front of you.
Dawn, I didn't hear you come in. I am just working late. What are you doing here?
You ought not be doing the things you're doing around this place. It's not the kind of place to do it. You hear
I
me?
legitimately don't know what I'm doing.
I know.
What do you think that I'm doing?
I started working here in 1945, and my wife disappeared in 1946. Eileen Gray said, when I started, I prefer your work ethic to more than most, Mr. Gomez. I plan to ensure you never lose employment in this hotel. You got a good eye and always make sure it stays in proper order. Pay rises will, of course, follow to ensure you are well taken care of for the rest of your natural life. And she laughed and said, and maybe then some. I never understood that last part, but you did take care of me, probably got me written into the contract. I don't know what happened to my wife, but I know that she was always trying to talk to the ghosts, and I don't think you ought to be doing that here. I can feel when you do this kind of thing. Have a good evening, Mr. Hughes. And he tips his cap and he heads out to the door. And as he walks away, the blue hue of the room goes to normal color.
I think Alder is like in very much just there in shock. Like that was not, of all the expected outcomes, that was not one. And I think they just kind of stare blankly at the stone on the desk for a while. Not really quite sure what to make of it. Like, I think that there's a very large part of them that wants to be like, no, that means I was close. Like, the fact that he came here means I was close and I should keep going. But I feel like there's something that's like, but like, what if I make it worse? Like, I genuinely don't know what I'm doing. So I think there's a very long period of just sitting and staring at the rock, like about to even like say something and like talk out loud to themselves, but not, just kind of staring in silence.
And you're brought around eventually by messages from Mel, just exuberance and excitement at seeing you on Monday.
I forgot I never responded to those earlier. I managed to type back something of, yeah, like, yeah, excited to see you too.
I can't wait to see what you look like. Don't send me no pictures. Don't ruin it.
I won't. Yeah.
And, just chitter chat.
Yeah. I think what Alder will wind up doing is sort of like, that kind of resets them a little bit, like, okay. So it's possible. I think they will like pick up the stone and, again, like, every time. equally unpleasant every time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna leave. No, I don't really want to leave this here. I'll grab like something else, like a sticky note, I think, off of the desk. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave this here. I don't know how ghosts interact with the world. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this, and maybe, people talk to dead people all the time. It's not necessarily summoning a ghost. Just, Maggie, you left me all this stuff, and I don't know what to do with it. If you can hear me, if you could leave me something, some kind of sign, I'm gonna leave this here, and you can move it or write on it. I don't know if ghosts can do that. I don't know if you can interact with the real world anymore. I just feel like we need help so we can figure out what happened to you. Maybe that's a bad idea and a bad thing to be asking for. Because maybe ghosts are dangerous or something. But I know that you wouldn't hurt us because your whole job was to protect us, so I'm just gonna leave that here, I guess. And if you can help us, yeah. And I think that the last thing Alder's gonna do before leaving is like go and pack up, is go and open the door into Maggie's office despite the police tape. And just kind of like look inside to see what state the room has been left in, because I have not been allowed in there once.
The room is not too badly messed up. Her chair is coated in dried blood, and at the carpet underneath it is like blood pooled and flowed out from the chair all over the place. Several yards away from it, it just kept flowing. Things were knocked off the desk. It mostly looks intact. Not like much of a violent confrontation happened. Except it's obvious in the chair that it did.
Yeah.
And when you're in here, there's a coldness in you that is not typical. You've never actually, you've had these experiences in your life, but you never had experiences like this. The ones you had never felt particularly dangerous or risky. They always felt playful and kid-like, like fun. Your ghost hauntings and stuff with the tours. There's it's an ominous coldness that is not what you expected.
Anything in here, like, that is the exact reason I was opening the door, was to see any, like, other sensory, any taste or smell or anything weird that I get from, like, going into... I think I will just, like... I don't want to contaminate a crime scene, but we are technically in charge of the case, so I think I will, like, just barely duck under the tape and, like, barely cross the threshold into the room and just, like, stand there for a second. Also very much taking in, like, the sight of the blood, because I think that's... like, on top of all of the emotions of everything that just happened, there's a, like, click in Alder's mind, I think, at seeing that, like, she's really dead. Because it's the first time being confronted with that actual evidence. But the interest and the intrigue in, like, solving the case, like, just draws them that one step into the room just to see what I can feel in there, even if it's ominous.
We're going to cut away to Satori getting home. Satori, you arrive home.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I make a stop before just to get some supplies, maybe some clothes for him, and
Oh.
like burn cream and aloe for me.
Okay.
And then I come home with groceries.
All right. As you get to the door, you hear the TV on pretty loud. Watching, like, I don't know what it's watching.
The first
But-
48.
But you open the door and he's in your clothes as best as he could fit. It's all too tight, too short, too small.
Yeah.
In a kind of an adorable and funny way. Oh man, you were working late.
Yeah, I had a big day.
I thought you'd have a big apartment, like a badass apartment, and this is kind of little.
What about me screams big bougie apartment, and then I throw some clothes at him.
I kind of thought you were like a, I don't know.
I mean, I have a
spy or
nice
something,
job,
right?
but a spy? Well, I don't think a spy. I mean, I have a good job, but I'm not really here all that often, so I don't really see the need for me to spend money on a place where I'm not.
And he gets up. He's tall. I mean, you remember how tall he was. And
Mm-hmm.
it really is good to see you. And he walks over to the window, to the edge of the window, and kind of peeks around. All right.
Somebody looking for you?
Me, no. I think you all are being hunted.
Me?
I think all y'all are being hunted.
By who?
Here, sit down. Let's. I ran into this thing called the Red Club.
Yeah,
And,
okay. Second time I've heard about that today.
What?
Second time I've heard about that today.
How'd you hear about that?
Case?
Oh shit.
Continue.
They asked if I wanted to join because I'd hit the threshold of murders required to be in it.
God damn it, Kyle. How many?
It only took 6, and I crossed that a while ago. But, you know, I ain't gonna let you get hurt nothing. That's why I had to find you, and I was tracking this woman that was in it, came here to Miami, and I was like, oh shit, they're probably coming to look for you. And
Do you know any Teddy?
Teddy, no, Theodora.
Perfect. You know I could find Miss Theodora?
No, I mean, I found you because she found you.
She found Maggie.
I don't know who Maggie is.
Well, she's dead, if that says anything about that.
Is that a friend of yours?
Yeah, she was my boss. Apparently they knew each other in college or something.
She's been around your place once. And when I followed, I could smell you. That's
Weird
how I
thing
was
to
able
say, but
find,
continue.
Like he rolls like a dog.
Yeah, I'm well aware, Kyle.
So I knew where your apartment was, which one it was. I mean, it's on the door. I don't think
Yeah.
Theodora knew which apartment, but they knew it was this building. That's why I had to come. I was like, I gotta watch out for you. I just gotta watch out for you.
Well,
And
thank you.
And I'm sorry that you had to hear that I did those things to those people. But I can promise you, I kind of picked people that were really shitty people.
Intentionally?
I know when it's coming. So I try and make sure that I find people that are just dirtbags. I don't want to hurt no children or nothing. I can't really control that. All I control is where I am when it happens, and maybe make sure I'm in the right place to do right by people that aren't the victim.
You know, I
If you
can
need
try
to
and
arrest
help
me,
you.
There ain't no helping me. If you're going to try to arrest me, though, I will tell you I'm going to run. I'm not going to no prison.
I'm not gonna
I'm
arrest
tall
you.
and stuff, but when I'm not changed, I'm not dangerous.
I understand. I'm not arresting you.
And I don't know.
Teddy, on the other hand, she's got another thing coming. She intentionally picked a fight that I intend on seeing through.
So you don't want to get out of here?
No.
Oh, fuck.
She comes to me. She's gonna be right where I want her.
I bet that's what your friend Maggie probably thought. Ain't nobody right where they want her. Nobody wants her near them. Like,
What
she's
is
a
she?
murderer, not like me. I can't help it. She chooses it.
What is she?
She serves a bigger purpose. One that I reluctantly serve. I don't mean to. Like, when I'm on the hunt, I have no choice. When she's on the hunt, it's because she's enjoying herself. And there ain't nobody safe. She studies people before she does it. She gets to know them sometimes. That lady with the luggage, I saw that on TV.
Yeah.
You see them on that video. They talking like they were friends. That's
saw.
what she does. She's a friend, and then she just does what she does. Her smell is in my nose, though. I know it, and it is a vile thing. And y'all are being hunted. It is a hunt.
Does she know where anybody else lives?
I don't know. I don't know who anybody else is. I knew you.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see her go in that building you work in before.
Yeah. And Satori just kind of looks solemn.
And he gets up and goes look out the window. Can you turn
She's
that
gonna
light
see you
out?
from the window if you keep peeking out there,
Can
Kyle.
you turn that light out?
Yeah. Turn the light off.
You hear that?
Hear what?
They ain't no birds. Oh, shit. And this is where we're going to break.
Okay.
All right. Well, we will see you next week, everybody. Have a good night. Enjoy the Magnus Archives, and it gets more fun next week. Take care.